This is a recap from Tuesday, June 1st. So the first thing I want to put on here in this recap is the definitions that we talked about for your notes. So you can just pause right now on this video if you need to get right angle or acute or obtuse or straight. So those are the definitions that we wanted. There's a little sketch that this person has put in to show that. And then on the other side, we've got complementary angles, supplementary angles, adjacent angles. We didn't talk today about vertical angles, but we will talk about those tomorrow. So at this point in the video, if you need these definitions and you're putting them into your notes, please pause the video and then get the definitions that you need and then continue. What I want to do next is the answer key for Geometry Lesson 1. This is due Thursday, but if you're trying to start to work ahead, you can correct your work and then go to the next lesson. So I'm actually on 4 here, so I want to go back to 2. 3 different ways to name a given angle. This could be angle PAL, angle LAP, angle A, because it doesn't really mix up with any other angles that might be angle A, so it's clear that it means this angle right here, not some other angle over here. And also angle 1. If there's a symbol inside the area right in here, we can name it. So this is naming, and think of it almost like nicknames. So we use nicknames to distinguish people from other people. So if there's a bunch of James, then we can call somebody Jim or Jimbo or Bo or some other name so that we know who it is that we're talking about. Same thing with this. We want to talk about this angle right here, then we name it so we can talk about it. All right. Next card said find the measure of each angle. And so this M means measure. So those mean the same thing. And we start at the E and go F and then G. So we read these from left to right. The middle one is called the vertex. So that is the vertex right here. That is the point of the angle. So we want this measurement right here. So we're going to add 90 and 35 together, really ignoring that H, and that's 125 degrees. This is the measure of angle PQR. Q is the vertex, P is right there. So we need all of that. So we have to add those together and we get 57 degrees. And then this is a straight angle, A, B, C. So it goes all the way across. We're really ignoring that, adding those together. And a straight angle is 180 degrees. So I want to draw a straight angle. I make a straight line, put a point in the middle. It's just like a book that's opened all the way up. That's 180 degrees, half of a circle. Sketch and label a diagram that represents each. So adjacent means connected. So if I have 2 angles but only 3 lines, they share this ray right here in the middle. It's part of this angle and part of this angle. It's called adjacent. So that's adjacent right here. So we'll start on this side. We're going to do a 30-degree angle. We don't need to measure it, just about 30 degrees. And then this becomes my 0. And I'm going to make it about like that and call this 85 degrees. So these are adjacent because they share that ray. They share part of an angle. Here, they're just going to share the vertex. So we'll have the 42 go this direction, like this. That's one of the 42-degree angles. Notice how I put arrows, meaning those rays just keep going. And then we'll go across this direction. So 42 degrees. And there's lots of different correct answers. You could have had it look more like this, and it could have gone up like that. So these lines didn't have to go straight across. long as they're sharing a vertex. So it could have been that angle and that angle. Okay, card 4. It says use a diagram to write an equation to solve for x. You need to know that these little hash marks right in here mean that the angles are congruent to each other, the same measurement. So we could say 5x is equal to 42. So divide by 5, x is equal to 8.4. This symbol right here, I'm filling this in, this little square thing, means it's squared off, which is 90 degrees. It means it's a right angle. So we could say 3x plus 96 equals 90. We're going to subtract 96 to make a 0 pair. 3x is equal to negative 6. Divide by 3, x is equal to negative 2. So x is equal to negative 2 on that one. And the last one, remember this M means measure, as if it was measured with a protractor. Remember, a protractor looks like this, goes from 0 to 180 degrees, 90 in the middle. So this has been measured and it's 124. That makes sense. This would be about 90 right here. So 8x plus 6 equals 124. We're going to subtract 6 from both sides. 8x equals 118. So we're going to divide by 8. And let's see, x goes in there, 8 goes in there once, so 3 left over. So I'll just do it right here, 118 divided by 8. Let's see, 4, 2, 6, so 14 3/4. So x is 14.75. This is a straight angle right here. So that means that it is 180 degrees. So from right there to right there is 180 degrees. So that means x plus 32 plus 2x minus 7 equals 180 degrees. So I can combine like terms, x and 2x, that's 3x. 32 and a negative 7, that is 25. That's equal to 180 degrees. Double check I'm doing this correctly. 32 minus 7 is 25. Okay, so then we're going to subtract 25. 3x is equal to 155. And 155 divided by 3 goes in there 5 times, 0 left over, 1, and 51 2/3. So in this case, x was equal to 51 2/3. And we can double check that by doing 51 2/3. I'm going to do it right in here. 51 2/3 plus 32 plus 2 51 2/3. That is 103 1/3 minus 7 should equal 180. So let's see. These fractions are 1, so let's just make that 52. And that's 84. 187 minus 7 is 180. So that is correct, 53 2/3. And then the last thing that I want to do is go to the stream, and I want to go to this tool here that we went to today, and just make sure that everyone understands how to use the parts of this tool. You can drag these around, make angles. That's an acute angle. That should be a right angle. Once we get it right up there to 90, right angle, obtuse, straight angle. We're not really going to go beyond straight angle until high school. We can measure angles by grabbing the protractor, and when we get that symbol right there, we can rotate it around. It needs to be on the 0. So if I roll the dice and I want to rotate this around, then I've got to rotate one of the lines to the 0, like that right there, and then I come all the way around to 135. Let's get another one, and I'm going to rotate that around to the 0. See, the 0 is right there, and that where I can see that 48. So let's turn this off. Let's hide. Let's do this and do one more. So I'm going to put that right on the 0. And it looks like it is 97. Let's find out. 97 degrees. Okay. The other thing we did here was we could see a picture of complementary. It's two angles that add up to 90. I'm going to get another one. For some reason that doesn't seem to be working so great. I'm going to try to fix that. Supplementary is working better right now. It adds to 180, so it's combination of angles that add up to 180. And if I just do a random one, I get that. So random combinations of numbers that add up to 180. I disagree with that 180 and 0. The 0 is not an angle. And here we go. This should work better. So if I move this, 19 and 71, 53 and 37, 27 and 53. And that is a recap for Tuesday, June 1st.